Okay everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video on Gran Turismo 7. Today we're going to be at the Daytona in Group 3 for a daily race, and we've come across an individual that we haven't seen in quite some time. So you're going to see it straight away on the screen there. It's Kimi. He is back on that account, so if you see that account in your race, be very cautious of this driver, because this is the real Kimi. He's been banned multiple times before, but he simply buys a new PlayStation, probably sells the other one, and takes a little hit, and then obviously just carries on doing stupid things in races. It's absolutely crazy. He's a full-grown adult, we already know that, and yeah, we weren't sure at the start of this race whether it was him or not. So you can see him there in P12. I'm starting from the back of the grid. We're working our way through there. Now there was little clues here. You can see straight away into this corner. He just goes up the inside there, pushes the car out of the way, and that should have been probably a warning that that is the real Kimi. But I wasn't too sure, because you know, we've seen them moves quite often in Gran Turismo where people do stuff like that, so it wouldn't be, you know, out of question to say that that wasn't the real Kimi. But at this stage, I wasn't 100% sure. Again, we can see as we come through here, very congested through this stage of the track, because obviously it's lap one. Everyone's bunched up very, very close, because obviously with the rolling start, everyone starts really, really close on this track. You see a little bit of contact up ahead. We take a bit of an awkward line through there, and we've lost out a little bit through that corner, and now we dropped back a little bit. But that's probably better at this stage at the moment, because like I say, I wasn't too sure whether that driver up there was Kimi and he was going to cause some troubles. Now, we have reported him multiple times before, and he has been banned, and I will be doing the same thing with this video, getting it through to the correct people to watch, and also forwarding the replay through that I saved. So if you're wondering, we shouldn't do these videos, people say you shouldn't give them the time of day. The reason we do it is because these videos help in terms of getting them removed from the game, because they're out to ruin the game, they're out to cause chaos, they're out just to basically be stupid. Now some people say it's just a game, why does it matter? Well, in Gran Turismo sport mode, you have to adhere to specific rules when you're taking part in this. If it was a public lobby, do what you want, but this is not a public lobby. This is a sport mode lobby, and you have to follow the rules, and if you don't, you will be removed. And there has been plenty of drivers that have been warned and have actually been removed from the game, not basically stopping their PlayStation from being allowed to actually get on the game. So let's carry on with this race. We're starting lap 2 here. Again, you can see another bit of a push to passe, just pushes the car out the way. And again, this was all leading up to me thinking, right, this might actually be Kimi, because he is getting a little bit aggressive in the corners, and it's starting to look like it possibly is him. But at this moment, we've not been affected by him. He normally does target individuals. I've been targeted by him plenty of times before, but at the moment he's ahead of me, and while he's ahead, I'll take that. However, through this corner here, you can see he goes a bit wide, then cuts in front of the car and almost gets T-boned there. Now, luckily for me, I got through that without any contact, and then we managed to get past the car that obviously nearly wiped out Kimi. But thankfully, we're through there without any incident, and Kimi is now behind me. So at this stage, I'm thinking, right, everything's going normal. Nothing, you know, nothing seems to be abnormal about what's going on now. You can see we're catching up to P5, and we're going to probably go for the move here on him as he goes a little bit deep into the corner, and that's going to leave us for an opportunity to go for a nice move up the inside here. So you can see he actually leaves the door open, doesn't cut across us. We take a nice tight apex and then back onto the throttle and up into P5 from the back of the grid. Race going quite nicely at this stage, and you can see by lap 5 we've actually started to catch up the lead battle, and this is looking really promising. We've got the lead car about 4 seconds ahead, something like that, and we've got the slipstream as well all the way to the finish by the looks of it, because we've got the 3 cars in between that we can keep getting slipstreams off. So looking like a possible chance to take a push for the lead in this race from the back of the grid. So yeah, going quite well at this stage. However, what we didn't know behind us was that Kimi was back to his old usual self, trying, you know, very early signs here. Now this wasn't terrible, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen Kimi do, but it shows you that what he's like, and basically he'll never change. Going into the braking zone here, we've got Otto in front of us. Otto goes a bit deep, but he gives plenty of space to Kimi there. Now Kimi's just going to run in completely off the track and turn left. Watch this, turns left, pushes him all the way off. Deliberate, horrible driving, and it's stuff that I really hate to see, to be brutally honest. And yeah, it's about time we get Kimi removed from this game permanently. So at that stage, I wasn't aware of that, because I was obviously further up the track, but we did spot that on the replay. Now you can see we're going to go over the line as one of the cars pits there, and that puts us up to P4. And now you can see another car goes a little bit deep into the braking zone. That again is going to give me the slipstream, and he's going to have dirty tyres. So if you don't know on Gran Turismo, you go off the track, you pick up dirty tyres, next corner you'll have very limited grip. So watch as we go into this braking zone. He can't get the car turned in because his tyres have got all the rubber on them, and he's got no grip at all. And we're just going to go up the inside there and put ourselves into a podium position from the back of the grid. So going really well at this point. We're going to skip to lap 9 because you can see we managed to catch up the lead battle now. We've got P1 just in front of us on lap 9, P2 right in front of us as well. This was actually a really enjoyable race. We had played the strategy really well. We played tactically with overtakes. To be honest, it was quite a fun one. We're driving well, and it looks like we might be having a really fun ending to this daily race C, going into the last lap, battling for a possible win. And at this point, I'm thinking, right, well, we're going to pit lap 9. Kimi is nowhere near us, and, you know, he's going to have to have pitted. He was behind me anyway, so at this stage, we're thinking at least Kimi cannot ruin this race. As we go for a move up onto P2, get a really tight entry into that corner. And once you get up on the inside of these corners, if you follow that yellow line, for some reason, the yellow line gives you a weird kind of boost on speed. So you can see I actually managed to overtake that car on the outside there and put myself up into P2. Now, he's not going to go for a move again into this corner because he probably just wants to get the slipstream and doesn't want to lose too much time to the leader. So we're about 1.6 behind P1, and we're going to try and push really aggressively through the bust-up chicane and almost picking up a penalty there, but just about did not get hit. So very, very lucky there, and actually managed to gain a couple of attempts on P1. So it's going to come down to his final lap. Can we put P1 under enough pressure to try and battle for the win? You know, we're quite far behind, but we're, you know, within the distance where we can possibly do something. 1.4 behind. It only takes one bad corner and we can start challenging for the lead in this race. So into the pits, fast forwarding it there. We're not going to change our tyres. No tyre change race for the top lobbies in this race, and straight back out. Now we see that Kimi is suddenly in the lead, and that doesn't make sense because he's not pitted. And you can see what he's about to do here. He brake checks P1, pushes him off the track, tries to wipe him out, and then as we're going to go to the right now, we kind of suspicious what he's going to do. I see him turning over to me, so I start getting ready to push back, and he's just going to take us out on purpose. Now, absolutely disgusting driving from Kimi, and it's, to be honest, it's not a surprise. We come to expect that from him in these daily races. That's all he's good for, basically. And that's the reason why we need him removed from the game. I think he needs a permanent ban somehow. I don't know how. I really don't know how PD can do it, because they've already banned his console. He simply just goes out, sells that console and buys a new one and changes his name. I think they must have done an account ban for his actual main account on Gran Turismo, because he's actually changed the name that he's using. You can see it there. He's actually changed slightly, maybe to a different one. So possibly they've banned his actual account from Gran Turismo and the console. He's just created a new one. And if that's the case, he can just keep doing that. I don't really see any other way round for PD to get around it. But let's have a little watch what he does here. So he deliberately doesn't pit. This is basically so he's then back able to ruin everyone's races. So you can see he's going into turn 1, and he knows what he's doing, because watch him now. He's going to get off the throttle and completely wet. Now this point here is why this will not help him, because this is going to, PD are going to see this. He's deliberately waited outside the pits, waiting for the cars to come through, and now he's going to try and take them out. So you can see he blocks that car. He's going to run him completely off the track on purpose, pushing him off. Now that car is going to get his revenge on him, which you're going to see in a moment. But then he sees me, he starts turning right into me there, starts pushing me over. You can see deliberate action, clear as day, trying to push me off the track. And now you're going to see him get absolutely wiped out by the car that he tried to block and lose the lead from. Now, unfortunately, that did end up taking a few other cars out, where Dino obviously retaliated to Kimi because of what he did to him in the corner after the pit exit. But a few other cars were victim of that, as Dino obviously rejoined the track. But you can kind of understand why Dino did what he did, because Kimi's goal here was to ruin everyone's race in this one. He wanted to cause absolute chaos, and he still carried on trying to cause chaos after he did what he did there. So if we keep an eye on Kimi now, after that incident, he's going to get going again now, and he's going to see them two cars up ahead of him. And you know what Kimi's like. He knows if there's anything that he can do to try and ruin their race, he will attempt it. You know, he will do anything he can, even if it's sacrificing his own race. It's a really weird situation, because I don't know why anyone would play a game to do this and just wreck everyone's experience. It's just really daft. You can see he goes over the grass, straight over, straight lines. He tries to hit that car and then tries to hit that car. Luckily, he does an amazing job at missing them all, I have to say. So not the best. Maybe he's a little bit rusty. He has been away from the game for a bit, so his takeout skills might be a little bit rusty there. The other 2 cars avoiding that, but he gets a 6-second penalty for that. And then he's obviously just going to crawl through the penalty zone and go into the pit lane, because I don't really know what Kimi's doing here. But yeah, it's about time that some action was taken again. I think we need to get this account banned as quick as possible. That's why I'm doing this video. That's why I'm going to forward the replay footage onto people that are relevant, and PD will hopefully take action on him quick as possible to get him removed, because we don't want him affecting daily races and just causing all kinds of chaos. But yeah, let me know if you've had any experience with this account of Kimi's. It's his new account in daily races. If you know he's been ruining your races as well, let me know, because you know I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that he's been doing this to. But yeah, hit the like button and subscribe for more footage and more videos and more live streams, chat. Take care, everyone.